Welcome to video 31. If you look over our to-do list, you'll note that we don't have that many videos left in this course. We have a video on tax support, one on shipping costs, and any other remaining videos will be covering either PayPal or wrapping up the course. In this video, I want to talk about taxes. This isn't something that you absolutely have to add to your cart. You could use PayPal to handle this for you automatically, because you can put in your own tax information and have PayPal calculate things for you. However, just for the sake of an example, I want to demonstrate what it would look like to add a flat tax to the shopping cart. In order to do that, I'm going to first edit our init.php file. Up here under the setup constant section, I'm going to define a new constant. I'm going to call it shop tax. And go ahead and set it to whatever your local tax rate is. In my case, it's 8.75%. So there you go, that's the shop tax rate. And then I'm going to open up mcart.php, and we're going to need to modify our create cart method. I'm going to first start by adding in support if there are no products in the cart, and I want to add in a row for the taxes. That needs to go between the subtotal and the total row. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see if the tax constant has been set. So if shop tax is larger than 0, then we're going to add data.equals, and we're going to do a list item with a class of taxes row, and then div with a class of call1, and we're going to say tax, and in parentheses we're going to add in our tax rate, which is going to be the shop tax so it'll be the shop tax times 100, and then add a percent at the end before the closing parenthesis there. And we'll close out our div, and we have another div with a class of call2. And this one is going to be the actual amount of taxes that we're charging. And in this case, since there are no products in the cart, we know it's 0. So I'm going to put in 0.00. I'll close out our div and close out the list item. So I'll save that. Let's go ahead and test to make sure this is working. It looks like we have a minor mistake in 236. Of course, I didn't finish that line off. So refresh the page. Okay, let's clear the cart. There we go, and you'll notice we have our tax row in place, so that's working well. And you'll also note that these buttons are out of place, but we'll fix that in the next video after we've talked about shipping information. Now, we need to add taxes if there are items in the cart. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this section because we're going to be using a lot of the same code. And I'm going to go up above and paste it into place. However, in this case, we know it's not 0. So in this case, we need to calculate what the taxes will be. So I'm going to use the number format function. And this is going to make sure that we have the correct number of decimal places, doing the math correctly. And we're going to do shop tax times the total, comma, and then 2. And that 2 will give us the number of decimal points that we want. So let me save this. Hopefully I have everything in place correctly. Let's go ahead and add an item to the cart. There we go. And you'll notice the tax has now been in place. It's being calculated. And that section of the functionality is complete.